Hi and welcome to this Silver Cross video to show you how to refit the car seat cover to the Balance i-Size car seat. The first thing that we're going to replace is the memory foam cushion that sits in the bottom of the seat. To refit this, you pop in the buckle through here, like so. And then your adjuster strap here and adjuster casing just through the slot there, and this will very easily just sit in the seat. And just make sure that any hip strap here, any of the webbing from the harness isn't getting trapped in that memory foam base. The next thing we're going to do is replace the main body of the car seat cover. So just pop those straps inside the seat here, take your cover, and you're starting from the top with the area where it has that Silver Cross branding, and just popping that around the headrest of the child seat, and just loosely for now. It doesn't need to be perfect, we can sort that out in a little bit. So just popping that through here, pull those buckles through like so. We're also going to now thread this bit of the cover around the belt guides here. As you can see that there is an elastic part which goes on the outside. So what I'll do is I'll show you the inside first, and then I will show you how to pop the elastic round. This can be quite a fiddly job. Let me just try and get that in so you can see. Where are we? Here, right. Okay, so what you're doing with this is pulling this round, and it needs to go underneath this plastic casing here. So you're just pulling it down and around like so. Bring the car seat around, and then with this bit here, again, this cover just is slotting into this gap with the elastic coming round and everything sitting neatly underneath this casing. So I'm going to get the other side done as well. And then popping that around like so. Let's just bring you back out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is fit the base. So we're just going to very gently bring that cover over, bring the adjuster strap through, and then just pop that adjuster buckle casing through the hole. So again, starting from the front, going to the back tends to be the quickest and easiest way to do it. And just easing it around the casing there. We also need to fit our buckle. So just take your buckle, and it's coming through this slot. There's only one slot that can go through, so it's not too confusing. Just pop that through there. And then the other thing is to bring your harness straps through the seat and popper this seat. So you've got two poppers at the bottom, two poppers at the top. And just pop all of those. So, excuse the top tether banging against the back of the seat as well. The next thing we're going to do is just take this part of the cover. Now, this might be a little bit tricky to see, but let's just see if you've got a view of this here, kind of. So you've got this elastic tab here, and there's a little hook just in here, and you're just hooking that into place. So that will hold that piece of fabric in position there. Lift the seat up, and then we need to now feed the rest of this cover in the shell. Now this bit here can be quite tight, so if you get, I use a teaspoon, anything with a very rounded, very blunt edge, because we don't want to scratch our car seat, we don't want to damage our covers. Anything like this will help you. Because what you need to do, and again, let me just make sure you can kind of see what I'm doing there, is this fabric needs to go inside this slot here. So what you can do is actually just push it in like so, and then sort of just keep going until you reach the bottom here, and then it will sort of just fit itself in. And again, any like bits like this, if you want to hide those bits, just pop them underneath. So we'll do the same on this side. And again, you can have a real play around here with how your covers have gone onto the seat. And we're just, so it is quite pliable, so you can, but just be careful of your seat shell to make sure that you're not doing that and scratching your seat shell like I've just done. So do be careful. There we go. Poke that in there, and then poke that in there. And then you can tidy this bit up down here if you want to, but that you can just do with your hand and your fingers. So the next bit to do, now we've got that bit sorted, is to come around the back of the seat. You can see that top tether that's guilty of the banging. And again, I'm just going to try and bring you out a little bit. And this bit here is really nice and easy to just slot into place. So this isn't overly difficult to do. And again, just, it almost slots itself in really. It's not a hardship to get that in. That's quite straightforward. And again, on this side, just bring it up. So quite often I'll just sort of run your hand down the side and that will do the trick. And again, just repositioning everything to make sure that's all sitting nicely. So that's the main body of the cover on. And now we're going to do our headrest. So with your head cushion, the easiest way to do it is to go from bottom to top. So you just pop your headrest cover on here, pop your headrest cover on here. Just be careful of those foam pads if they go a little bit wobbly. Just make sure that they are held in properly with the head cushion itself. And then over the top and around the sides. And what you might want to do is just lift this handle to make it a little bit easier to push that cover underneath. And then just again pull that into position, and you can have a good play around with that fit on the headrest. And then the next thing we're going to do is just bring these pads through here, like so. So now we can fit the rest of the harness pads. So you should have a crotch strap, or crotch pad, sorry, this bit here. To fit this bit, let me just make sure you can still see, to fit this bit, take your buckle and poke it in sideways like that, and then holding sort of like the crotch pad itself, you can push the buckle up and into place, like so. And then I tend to tuck this end bit of the crotch pad just inside the cover because it helps to keep the buckle forward. The next thing is you should have 2 harness pads. They are going to go on the seat in this position. So your silver cross or your branding is here, and then you've got the curly bit sort of at the bottom there, the curvy bit. Open up the pad, and then you've got the corresponding hook, which is here, and all you're doing is slotting it on. And then pop your strap through and pop that shut. If you've got one of the older colourways, it'll be a Velcro on the strap. But open it up, slot that on, strap in, and then seal up that harness pad. And then last but not least, if you actually connect your harness to this bit, like so, you can then put your hip pads on. No real rhyme or reason to these, sort of just do whatever suits you, and they're not a safety feature, they are for comfort only, so put them on how is best comfortable for your child. I only put them on this way because I like the curvy bit being at the top. that's as technical as that gets. There's no safety element to these pads. So let's just pop them on here. And then lower your headrest into the desired height position. Like so, make sure everything's just sitting nicely. And then you can pull your harness tight and just make sure that harness, just do it a couple of times. Make sure that your harness is running smoothly and working okay, just to make sure it hasn't got twisted while you've been removing or replacing the covers. But that's how you replace the covers on the Silver Cross Balance size car seat. So I hope that was helpful.